Good morning, everybody. Thank you for getting up nice and early to come and see me this morning. I really, really appreciate it. So, thank you for the great introduction. My name is Matt Cocking, and I work for a cool company called Assisted. I am the head of paid media there. And today, I'm going to be talking to you about the forgotten art of location targeting. And quick breakdown for you before we get into it. I'm going to talk a little bit about me, since no one really knows who I am and what I do. I'm going to talk you through that first. I'm then going to talk you through what is location targeting. We're going to start with the real basics. I'm going to tell you what I think the problem is these days with location targeting, and something that I see wrong, way too often, if I'm being completely honest. I'm then going to tell you what the solution to the problem with location targeting is. And then I'm going to talk to you about taking it to the next level, something that hopefully some of you haven't seen before, and it's pretty exciting for me. So first up, about me, so the curious adventures of Matt. I'm originally from Lincoln, so anyone else in here who is from Lincoln, you'll know that I'm not going to stick on the slide too long, it's not all that exciting. My first role was for a company called Zaddle Internet Marketing. Quick shout out to Liam Lally, pretty cool dude. I know most people don't do a shout out for previous companies, but that's what I'm about because he's my uncle. And then my current role at Assisted, I'm the head of paid media for an awesome, awesome group of people, wicked team. Got loads of them down here supporting me today, which I really appreciate. And a bit of an interesting fact about me. So I told everyone that I'm a fitness enthusiast already, but actually, I like to do eating challenges as well. So this one in particular was a 2-kilo burger. Very pleased to say I got the best medal that you've ever seen for completing that challenge. It took me all of 36 minutes and a really, really bad stomach, but we'll skip past that pretty quick. Right, let's get into it. So first, what is location targeting? Well, Google defines location targeting as, location targeting lets you select specific locations where you want your ads to be shown. It then expands on that by saying, by default, your ads can show to people regularly in, or who've shown an interest in your targeted locations. So this is also known as present, so people in, and that's what people would look like if they were in Brighton from a location targeted point of view, or people regularly in. So you might find someone commutes into Brighton. And then we've got interest. So theoretically, you could be all the way up here, you could be right down there, across here, or right up there in Canada. Anyone who's shown an interest in Brighton at any point, they could be captured by interest targeting. And then just to throw it into the mix as well, and to keep things consistent, we've got exclusions as well. So in theory, if you're in Brighton and you exclude Brighton, people from within that zone aren't going to see an ad. But now you're all thinking, yeah, we know all that. That's fine. Just bear with me. Just sit and wait. It's going to get better, don't worry. So now that brings me on to why I'm talking about this topic today. So from my point of view, location targeting has been forgotten about. It just simply isn't being done well. That's my thoughts on it, and I'm going to explain why for you. So let's dig a little bit deeper with a real life example. Now, I know we all like those. Kind of, there was a little part of me hoping for a cheer, but just in case that didn't happen, I have got some minions doing it for me anyway. So I see this all the time. Okay, so theoretically, let's think about you've got a client that is a solicitor firm, okay? And within your account, you see you've got an exact match keyword for employment lawyer Watford, and you've got an exact match keyword for employment solicitor Watford, okay? So straight away you're thinking, what's wrong with that? That makes complete sense. However, the location targeting for those two keywords was a little circle, a little radius around Watford. Now, straight away, you start to think, okay, I feel like I'm maybe getting the gist of this. And then, in exactly the same account, we've got two more keywords. We've got employment lawyer near me, and we've got employment solicitor near me. Both exact match keywords again. But their location targeting for these keywords was the entirety of the UK. Now, what's your point, Matt? What are you actually trying to get at? The client is trying to generate customers who want a solicitor in Watford, okay? And if someone searches for employment solicitor near me, and they're targeting the whole of the UK, that's literally anywhere in the UK. Could even be right up there. I mean, quite frankly, that's nowhere near Watford, is it? And then if someone searches for employment solicitor Watford, and the radius is around Watford, and you are not within that radius, they're missing out on pretty much all of those people who specified the word Watford in their search, but they're outside that radius. So potentially tons of customers. If you think theoretically you're searching for a solicitor, don't know why you would be, but if you're searching for a solicitor while you're on holiday in Spain, okay, you're going to get missed. And now you're thinking, right, Matt, I see what you're getting at. I see what's going on here. So now let's talk about the solution to this problem, okay? So we need to sort out location targeting. I see this in far too many accounts, and it, quite frankly, winds me up at this point. Obviously, we need to sort out location targeting, Matt. Thank you for confirming that for us. So how? Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. If somebody searches for employment solicitor near me, in this instance, they need to target Watford, because the searches literally need to be in or around Watford. Okay? And then if someone searches for employment solicitor Watford, you could target the whole of the UK. You know, logically, you could be anywhere in the UK, it wouldn't matter. Or, assuming that your budget allows for you to do so, you could even target the whole of the world. Hence my example of being on holiday in Spain. It really is that easy in this instance, okay? And in theory, there's going to be a few of you guys sat in the room that are like, cool, yeah, that's blatantly obvious. I do that all the time. It's not a problem. Thanks for just confirming what I already know, Matt. So I thought it'd be important to add a bit of a specialist tip in. So hold on to your seats a little bit. There's some nice Excel or Google Sheets stuff going on in here. If you're not an Excel whiz, I apologise in advance for this part. So we are going to look at bulk targeting locations, but not just bulk targeting regular, cities or postcodes or whatever the case may be. We are going to look at bulk targeting radius locations. Now, again, there will be some of you sat in the room thinking, that's super easy, like, it's obvious that you can do that. But there's no easy way of bulk targeting a list of locations or radius locations within the Google Ads interface itself. We all know that the Google Ads interface is painful at best, super slow, super clunky. And in this instance, you do have to literally manually enter every single radius location one at a time. And it hurts my soul. I'm assuming it is the same for you guys, okay? So here's how we get around that issue. Here's how to do it in a much easier manner, much quicker manner. Let's put it like that. Step one, okay? You've got to grab your data. So what I mean by grab your data is you need a list of postcodes or a list of cities, whatever it may be. But in this instance, we are using postcode examples, okay? Now, I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. Let's say, for example, you work for Sainsbury's. Now, I don't know if anyone works for Sainsbury's in the room. Just in case there is, this isn't me having a go at anything you've done. Your location targeting could be absolutely fine, but it just worked really nicely as an example, So Sainsbury's have over 1,400 locations in the UK. That's 1,400 postcodes. So we need to think about grabbing all 1,400 of those postcodes in the first instance. Now, if you work for Sainsbury's, I would imagine they probably have that list for you. If not, the information is available on the web. I'm not going to show you where to get it because that'd be cheating. Now, imagine that you want to target everyone within a 1 kilometre radius of all of those 1,400 Sainsbury's stores with an amazing offer. Now, I'm just going to let you all do your thing and decide what that amazing offer might be. But personally, I can think of loads of reasons why you'd want to target everyone within a 1 kilometre radius. You know, let's get everyone in for a really good offer we've got going on at the moment, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's set the scene for us. We need to grab those 1,400 postcodes. We need them in a nice list. And then we're ready to move on to step 2. So now we need to geocode the data. So for those of you that don't know what geocode means, it is essentially the latitude and longitude data for those postcodes. So that exact specific location. And how do we do that? Well, first and foremost, I've given you an example of a website that I used. You'll find I use this exact website to take you through the step-by-step of this today. So you visit that website and you pop your list of postcodes in. Now, what I haven't done, because I think it would have hurt my head and yours, what I haven't done is used all 1,400 postcodes today. I've used an example of just 7 postcodes. There they are. There's the 7 postcodes that I chose. There's nothing special about that list of postcodes. I just went down the list and picked a few out, to be quite honest. And this is, if you were to visit that website, this is what that tool looks like. You'll find a little box that says postcodes, okay? Once you've popped your postcodes in, you need to click on geocode and then download your geocode data. So you're going to want to download your geocode data in a text format. And you're going to hit that big download text button. It's pretty straightforward. When you're on the website, you'll be able to work it out. And you can see exactly what the tool has done for us here. So you've got the original postcode down the left-hand side. You've then got the latitude down the middle, shall we say, and longitude, also down the middle in this instance. And there we go. That's exactly what this tool does for you. It's pretty useful in this scenario. And then once we've downloaded that text file, we want to open that file with either Google Sheets or Excel. I know everybody's got their own preference. Personally, and there'll be some people that wonder why, but I prefer Google Sheets, okay? I'm sorry if that made anybody sad. So I've opened this up in Google Sheets. And when you open that text file in Google Sheets, it very politely gives you the original address down column A. It gives you the latitude in column B and the longitude in column C, okay? So this is where things get a little bit more interesting as we roll into step 3. So you've got your data, you've extracted all your postcodes, you've geocoded that data, you now have that data available in Excel or Sheets, right? Step 3 is to make the data suitable for Google Ads Editor. So it's fair to say this is where things get a little bit more dicey for the people that aren't great with Google Sheets or Excel. But bear with me, and this whole presentation will be available for you afterwards for you to follow through with the demo. So don't worry, don't take too many notes right now. It's not going to be something you can't follow along with later. But yeah, make the data suitable for Google Ads Editor. So just to make things slightly more confusing, there is a required format that we need. So this is essentially what Google Ads Editor needs the data to look like in order for it to take that data and apply it to your campaign in the way that you need it to. So it's distance and unit, colon, latitude, colon, longitude, okay? And there is a particular way in which we can extract that data directly into a cell and combine it all together. And that is with the concatenate formula. So again, don't worry too much about remembering this. I appreciate that looks painful in the first instance. But I wanted to provide an example of exactly what your concatenate formula might look like. So I've then provided you with an exact example of how that would look within Google Sheets. So you've got your formula bar across the top, you've got your concatenate formula in that bar, and then you can see in cell D2 that it has combined our unit and our distance, and then our latitude and our longitude. It's combined it all into one cell. So that's what the concatenate formula does for us. It pulls data from individual cells and puts it into one cell. And again, just to show you in a bit more detail, that's what the output of the concatenate formula was for that second row. Okay, so finally on to step 4. Now that we've got our concatenated data, we've got that data in the format that Google Ads Editor needs it, we then need to upload that data into the campaign via Google Ads Editor. So assuming that you've done this for all of your cells, theoretically you should just be able to pull that concatenate formula down, and it will do it for as many postcodes as you needed it to. So now we're going to upload that information into Google Ads Editor. So very, very simply, you open up Google Ads Editor. Down the left-hand side, under Keywords and Targeting, you've got locations. So you've selected your campaign already at this point. You then click on Make Multiple Changes up at the top. And when you click that, you get a little pop-up. And in that pop-up, you simply need to select location from the drop-down. And then you can quite literally copy and paste all of that concatenated data into that first row within the pop-up. Once you've done that, click Process down in the bottom right-hand corner, and it will do exactly this for you. It will put all of those radius locations into your campaign within Google Ads Editor, and you can see there, location 1 kilometer around that geocoded data. And just for clarity, it pulls through the radius, the size of the radius, and it also pulls through the unit. Now, bear in mind, if you wanted to target in miles, you could also do that. And it would just be MI rather than KM. Magic. And hopefully you guys have found that useful today. Like I say, you're more than welcome to download that deck from speakerdeck.com/Matt Cocking. And yeah, follow along. And hopefully you guys find a way that, that this information was useful today. Hopefully you all come up with some cool, amazing offer. It doesn't matter whether you work for Sainsbury's or, you know, a smaller brand working with businesses via your agency. There are so many exciting opportunities that you can use this for. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Thank you very much.